Top 10 richest families in the world. Ever wonder how some of the wealthiest families remain totally under the radar, while others can't seem to remain out of the news? It's amazing how these billionaire bloodlines hand down not only their money, but also their influence and power. Some began centuries ago with a modest shop or concept, while others constructed their dynasties in only one generation. Let's count down the world's 10 wealthiest family trees and get a peek into their seriously rich lives. 10. The Mullies family, $50+ billion. French grocery giants that own Auchan hypermarkets and Decathlon sports stores. This is a giant family, like 800 people gigantic. They have this bizarre system where all the family members pool their money into a common fund and collectively make decisions using a vote. They're incredibly humble, though. The typical French people don't even know they exist because they shop in their stores every day. 9. The Boehringer von Bombach families, $60+ billion. German pharmaceutical family that owns Boehringer Ingelheim. Been operating since 1885. They make all kinds of medicines and vaccines. Unlike most pharma companies, they've kept their business private and family-owned for like 130+ years, which is really impressive in today's corporate world. 8. The Thomson family, $60+ billion. Canadian media moguls who control Thomson Reuters. Established by Roy Thomson, who bought a small radio station in Ontario long ago and just kept acquiring more and more media companies. His grandson David runs it now. They're huge art collectors and have the Globe and Mail newspaper in Canada. 7. The Hermes family, $85+ billion. Another fashion empire. Founded as a harness workshop for European aristocrats in 1837. Now they're known for those incredibly pricey Birkin bags that cost more than a car. The family retains ownership of around 75% of the company, and they're very adamant about maintaining control within the family. Like, they battled fiercely when LVMH attempted to acquire them. 6. The Wertheimer family, $90+ billion. Ever heard of Chanel? Yeah, that's them. Alain and Gerard Wertheimer brothers own the iconic fashion house Coco Chanel established. Their granddad bought the business from Coco herself way back when. Really secretive family. They hardly ever give interviews and stay out of the spotlight, even though they are one of the most well-known luxury brand owners in history. 5. The Ambani family, $95+ billion. India's richest family, headed by Mukesh Ambani, who owns Reliance Industries. This individual built a 27-floor house in Mumbai called Antilia with 3 helipads, a 50-seat theater, and needs 600 staff to keep it running. His daughter's wedding was so over the top that Beyoncé sang there. They started in textiles, but are now engaged in everything from telecoms to retail to oil. 4. The Al Saud family, $100+ billion. Yes, the Saudi royal family. There are like thousands of princes and princesses in this family. They have oil money, of course, because Saudi Arabia has the second largest oil reserve in the world. The current king, Salman bin Abdulaziz, and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman divide most of the wealth. They have palaces that would make your jaw drop, private jets, yachts. 3. The Koch family, $125+ billion. These guys built their fortunes from oil refineries and a myriad of industries thanks to Koch Industries. Fred Koch started the family business, but his sons Charles and David are the ones that made it this big. They've also been deeply involved in politics, donating millions to campaigns and causes they believe in. David passed away in 2019, but the family is still a big player in American business and politics. 2. Mars family, $140+ billion. Yes, the candy people. Mars bars, M&Ms, Snickers, and also pet food brands like Pedigree and Whiskas. Started by Frank Mars way back in 1911 in his own kitchen. The fascinating part, they're actually quite private. Like, good luck getting a hold of many photos of them on the internet. They rarely ever do interviews and keep the whole thing regarding their company very much under wraps. Their company remains 100% family-owned, which is not very typical these days. 1. Walton family, $250+ billion. The Walmart people, started by Sam Walton many years ago. This family has half of Walmart. Sam was this completely normal guy who still had an old pickup truck despite being a billionaire. His kids and grandkids now operate this behemoth empire. They're not necessarily just sitting on their money though. They've got this gigantic art museum in Arkansas, which cost like $1 billion to construct. Talk about an expensive pastime. So there you have it, the super rich fam club. What's wild is how many of these families keep it low-key. Like, they could buy small nations, but some of them just vibe and stay out the way. Leaves you thinking about what you'd do with all that cash, then? Would you build yourself a 27-story house, or just lounge around in a regular-sized mansion? Either way, it's a whole different universe that these people exist in, one most of us can only ever dream about. But, nothing wrong with some rich people spying on us from time to time.